Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks for joining, and welcome to the channel as always, and thanks for all subscribing. So see a lot of you online, always helping out with especially the MJXs, my basher car. Do have a couple of other cars which I'll show you soon, but yeah, this is what we're concentrating on today, the MJX. It's 16 scale. I'm hesitating a little bit because this is originally a DRC H16E. However, as I'll show you in a moment, the chassis did snap, quite a few things changed. It's basically an MJX now, as I've got all the parts. I don't want to hear anyone talk about how dirty my car is. I literally washed it about a week ago. It's got a bit shitty since. And yeah, it gets used every day and I don't care. It's my cheap basher car. There you go, look, the lights work, it's all functional. We do have a few steering issues which we're going to try and cover later on. I will also cover shocks. I'm not going to go into detail and clean them up and rebuild them at this point because I literally did them a week ago. But I will get some pictures of the oils I'm using and try and explain as best I can for all you new people. We will be changing a servo, so we'll cover the servo off and how to reset the servos. The fan, the original stock fan, I've changed, so we'll cover that. I've got a new battery holder what I'm about to put on, steering links, we'll try and cover that. So yeah, hopefully this will help all you people what are a bit unsure. You can watch this, get a bit of advice, message on the Facebook groups and stuff. I'm always happy to help. And yeah, so let's just quickly take this off to start. My car is extremely battered, as you'll see. I do skate park bash a lot with it. We're going to fix it up today, but give it a week, it's probably going to be broken again. Shell, yeah, I bought this one as a spare. I've got another one inside. Did have to trim it all a little bit when I put on some bigger wheels, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I've got wheel extenders on now, so we'll cover that off as well. But yeah, here's the car. Before we take it apart, let's have a quick look. Let's see, we've got the Angry Snail battery adapter. Mine is very very broken, as you can see, but it's fine because we have new parts. And obviously, take that battery out actually and put it inside, but these are the batteries I've been using on 2S. I do have a 3S one, doesn't quite fit. It fits in there, but it's a little bit high, so hopefully this new adapter we've got, which we'll cover off, will help on that. As for new parts, so with all these, we're not going to put them all on. So for example, we've got all aluminium metal arms. They're not going on. There's no need for them. My plastics are fine. Maybe one day if we fancy just being fancy, but right now, not needed. Go over there. I've got metal wheel hubs on, but I've got spare plastic ones here. They're a bit dirty, but again, say how the metal ones go, they are, I'm going to try, because I did snap a plastic one, so when I break things I try and upgrade it. What else we got? We've got spare metal ones, multicoloured. We have body clips. You will need lots of these, guys, if you're using the clipped body. Clipless is a bit different, but otherwise you will lose these at least 1, 2, 3 every single time you're out in it. They do pop out, not a problem, cheap enough. We also have a new Spur gear, which is the G graded. They're the hardest ones. You'll see when we take it apart that my current one is a little bit battered now. I have changed the rear diff again. We'll cover it later on, but it's something definitely worth changing. It will go on you. And we've got a couple of spare pinions because again, my pinion's currently broken. These are a bit cheap, crappy ones. Don't expect them to last long, but it will do for today. Here we've got the steering links. So I have already got on, as you'll see, metal arms and everything, but we don't have the metal onto the servo arm. It's still plastic, so we will get that done. Let's see if it makes any difference at all. And obviously spares. New servo. I've got several servos. Currently we've got in the 1181 PS or something it's called. Wasn't too happy with it. I've also got the standard servo, well, I say standard, but the metal geared upgrade one. It did its job fine. I just want more powerful because I think with the bigger wheels especially it needs a bit more power. So yeah, we're going to try and fit this one and see if it makes any difference. Again, we've got the towers, aluminium, not using them, don't need them. Why use them if you don't need them? And we've got the rear hubs as well, aluminium. I am going to put those on. I'm going to try metal hubs, see how we get on. And oh yeah, here is our battery adapter. This is my most exciting part, because if I can get this working properly, then it means I can tie in my 3S battery properly, and it means I can hit skate parks with 3S. I don't at the minute because it does bounce around a bit and I'm a bit afraid it might blow up. So right, moving on, we'll start taking it apart. Okay guys, so a short time later, here we go. As you can see, it's taken apart. I haven't taken the front apart, I'll be honest. I did it the other day and I just can't be bothered. All new steering links on, we will sort it out. Rear though, the rear diff is out. Just to show, we do have a hardened steel rear diff already, and it's pretty greased up and it is fine, so we've just left that away, out the way of any dirt and grime. Here's the spur gear. Now the actual spur gear itself I think looks okay, however this is a little bit worn, so we're going to change that into the hard one. Again, I would recommend to probably take that bit off to do this, but I'm going to cheat and just literally pop it off like that, and it's on. And we'll just get the new one on now. And here we go, look. Nice, new, clean on. Nice. New bearing in there as well, which is nice. So we can then pop in the rear diff again. And we should. There we go. Nice. So, time to get the gearbox cover, I suppose, back on, and then we can start on the next thing. Just remembered, before you put the gearbox cover back on, you will need to put the motor back on. Now this one is quite good because you will see there, you see my pinion teeth have gone only in one place. It was still working alright, but it won't be good, and whilst we've got it apart, might as well change that. That's quite a good angle, look, so you can see there it needs changing. We'll do that. Okay, so that pinion was a nightmare to get off, and when I got it off I realised my new pinions don't fit. It's a circle hole and it's too small, so I'll have to get some more. If anyone wants the pinions, I've got a couple there, whereas this one, look, you can see it's got the flat end. So yeah, I'm going to have to keep it as it is for now, but that will need replacing. Bit of a bummer, but you know, it happens when you try out new parts. Okay, motor's back on now. Good time, we'll cover a rocket fan. I've done something wrong here, I'm sure. I've put something in wrong, but you know, we'll see how we get on. It just doesn't seem like it did. It seems like the fan's on the wrong side, but we're going to carry on. Looks like it's upside down, but straight fit. The only thing I had to do there is solder up the wires. The connection were different. Other than that, it's a straight thing, much more powerful. Yeah, it does the job nicely, especially if you're using 3S. It just helps keep it cool. But yeah, if you want to get one of those, just do it. It's simple, 2 screws like your stock. I had 2 stock ones break on me. I think they get little stones in the fans and just break easily. This is all metal, apart from the fan's plastic, but the metal outside cage, so I'm hoping it'll be a little bit better. So anyway, moving on now, we will start to get the servo back on, I think, which will be quite interesting because we've got the new one. So let's see how we get on. Sure, I've got a new servo horn as well, so yeah, give me a second to start getting it all together and we'll take a look. So here we are with the DS Power 21G servo. Feels much better than the other ones I've got. Here's the 118 MG one. It's been okay, but yeah, I didn't notice any difference compared to the stock upgraded one. And yeah, new servo horn I'm going to try as well, if I can find it. There we go. That little servo on there, I'm going to use that on it. So cool, just going to put it together, get ready to reset, and yeah, we'll show you how I do the servo just to make sure I'm getting it right myself as well. Just going to cut the ears off it first so it fits. Then we'll plug her in, get a reset, add the horn on and see what happens. So, servo, plugged in, put the battery on, my controller's on, power on, and the servo should center. This is how you reset it. Not doing much. It seems like it was pretty center already because it didn't even move. But from that now we can turn everything off. And we can yeah, start putting our servo on and start fitting it. So, I'll admit, I've changed receiver, changed controller, so I've got a few more adjustments on this. As we can see, it looks like now we're going the same both ways. So, I'm going to get it fitted and hope for the best. Okay, so servo's all back in, starting to get back together now. Put my hubs back together, get my real hubcaps on. Steering actually looks like I might have fixed my problem, so we'll find out. But yeah, coming together. So, whilst I've just been putting all the steering back together on the front, I took off the rear axles, and I must say the rear hubs are a nightmare to get off. There is, where are they? Some pins. They have a grip on there. They are hard to get out. Took some force, but we got there. So yeah, just quickly add these now and we'll start getting the rest of it together. Alright guys, so we are pretty much all back together now. Front steering all done, front arms, rear arms all back on. Got the rear hubs on. Everything's looking good. Just quickly mention why I've done the rear hubs. The front's broke. Bad landing on my part. I like to do big jumps at skate parks, as everyone's seen in my other videos. So to balance the weight out, I wanted to put them on the back as well. That's the reason I haven't put these on as well. First of all, the plastics haven't broken, so why fix what's not broken? And secondly, it's just extra added weight for no reason really. Same as these. Why put them on? The plastics are fine. They've never broken on me. I've bashed this car so much. I will leave them on until they break. If they break, maybe we'll put these on. Maybe the wheel hubs now being metal, they could always cause more problems now because they're solid. But we'll have to just see. Trial and error with these guys. Trial and error. Bit disappointed about the pinion not fitting. Sure they'll come in handy at some point, but I'll have to get another one of those. I will probably get it standard one from Serious RC because I'm UK based. Wheel extenders, just quickly before I put my wheels back on. These are just Amazon 15mm ones. They're a bit crap. I had to drill the holes out a little bit more. They do the job though. Just stops it tippling a little bit when you're trying to turn. So yeah, so I'm just gonna put shocks back on and that now. And yeah, get the rest of the bits on. So just before I put my shocks back on, I did end up giving them a quick clean, as you can see. Not the best, but they are a bit on the way out a bit now. I'm probably going to get 14 scale springs, and I'll probably just put the shocks on, to be honest. But these are my front ones. These are on standard springs. These are 16 to 210 shocks. So they're a little bit better. I've not snapped one. I snapped the original DRC one I had at the top here, as you'll see on my other videos. But these are good. But on the rear, you see I've got different springs. These are Yeah Racing springs. They're actually off my TTO2 Tamiya car. I just thought I'll try them a bit stiffer. Rounded them down all the way so they're solid on the spring, and you know, just stops that drooping on the back. But again, I've been reading and hearing that people are just using the 14 scale shocks, which seem to fix that problem. So like I say, I'll probably just get a pair, but for now these have done my job. Trial and error guys, let's get them fitted. Okay guys, so shocks are all back on, and as you can see I've put on the new battery cover, which I'll be honest, I'm so impressed with. That is my 3S battery in there, nice and secure now, which means we can go skate park bashing on 3S without worrying about the battery coming out. Yeah, quite decent, a bit fiddly every time I'm going to go from 2S to 3S, but you know what, very happy with that. Hopefully the steering's fixed now, so overall quite good. So just my last few little touches. I said I wasn't going to clean it all, but I got a bit carried away. I've got too much time on my hands. So yeah, spoiler to go on, little side bits, and then yeah, wheels and job done. Let's see what you think to my new fancy bits. And here we are. As you'll see, got too much time on my hands. We gave the spoiler a little do. We also did the parts here, look at silver. Yeah, she's all together. Clip her in. Look in the works. For this video I've put these big wheels on for everyone. They look the works, but I'll be honest, if you're skate park bashing, they're not grippy enough to get you up the ramps and the half pipes. So they're not very good. The best ones I've had are actually these RC all-wheel drive off-road tyres I've got, but they do split. Other than that, I will put stock on when I go to the park. But you know, for this video and for practicing purposes, this will be fine. So, alright, let's see if she actually works. Okay, so as we can see, we're running out of daylight now. It's took me that long. The reason being is the steering was doing my head in. However, I do believe we had the steering fixed. Definite improvement. Happy days. So just a final look over the car. Got bigger Hyper Go tyres on with the wheel extenders. Hubs on the front, hubs on the rear. We've got the aluminium steering, as you can see, all in there. Yeah, oh, nice silver spoiler what we painted. So yeah, hopefully you like it, hopefully this helps. Any questions, drop it in the comments, I'm always happy to help. Anyone got any queries around the steering, yeah, drop your advice as well. But I think I've sorted it now, a few resets a few times, and yeah, job done. So thanks for watching everyone, and yeah, I'll try and get some clips of it weekend of bashing. Cheers, goodbye.